on the sick day thing is and this will be unpopular, especially with younger people, but you shouldn't be using sick days.
You should definitely be using sick days. Do not come to work and spread your disease and make me sick. Okay, that's number one. Number two, you should probably get better. You shouldn't be in the office. Stay home. Don't listen to Matt Walsh. Now that was just a quick tease of Matt Walsh bravely standing up for the cause of literally showing up to work sick and spreading your germs to all your coworkers, something that I'm sure people would not appreciate. And we'll get to more of Walsh's rant in a minute, but first some context. So on yesterday's episode of the aptly named Matt Walsh Show, he discussed a recent survey showing that many hiring managers are deeply unimpressed with Gen Z workers, okay? So from intelligent.com, they report that nearly 2/3, 65% of hiring managers surveyed believe that recent college graduates are entitled, and 63% think they get offended too easily. I'm not saying I agree with that last part, but I'm saying I agree with that last part. Additionally, more than half, 55%, believe they lack a work ethic, and 54% say they don't respond well to feedback. Similarly, 53% feel that Gen Z college graduates are unprepared for the workforce and believe they have poor communication skills. Now, those numbers clearly are pretty bad, not good, but according to that same survey, most hiring managers aren't gonna stop hiring Gen Z anytime soon. So 1/4 of hiring managers say they would feel extremely enthusiastic about hiring a recent college graduate for an entry-level position. These polls are ridiculous, like honestly. Like how do you go from saying like, oh, Gen Z are the worst workers, can't stand them, super entitled, they get offended too easily, but I'm super enthused about hiring them. Like there's always contradictions like that in polling, it's amazing. But just to read the rest of it to you, they also say 34% would feel somewhat enthusiastic, about 25% feel neutral, while only 13% are somewhat hesitant and 4% are extremely hesitant. So that's the background before we get to the rest of what Matt Walsh has to say. But I do want to allow you to jump in real quick, John. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, my overall thought is I love this story because it perfectly encapsulates what the point of the so-called independent right-wing media is. It's to do exactly what is in there. It is to sell a message that if you don't think too deeply about it, it's about like manhood and being like tough and not being woke or whatever. Like just just go to work if you're sick or whatever. But what is that actually? It's don't ever cost your employer any money.
Exactly.
Don't take any time off. You be there. Be a good drone. Bow down. To be a man, to be an alpha, you should never. And so they're constantly selling something with the wrapper of toughness or being an alpha, but the message is given to you by corporate America. It is to be a good cog in the machine. And they will, you can see that in how they take any opportunity to fake attack corporations, to attack corporations viciously in a way that does not pose any harm whatsoever to the corporations. Like they will rant about DEI programs in corporations. The corporations don't care about their DEI programs. They'd prefer to not have to spend money on that. But what does that commentator think the corporate tax rate should be? Like, oh, they're like, we're gonna take down these corporations and they should pay no taxes whatsoever and there should be no regulations whatsoever. But aren't they woke? It's like selling the anti-wokeness so that you can do the bidding of corporate America.
That is exactly right. I mean, you put it so perfectly, I feel like it's useless to even do the rest of the story, but we will. So during Matt Walsh's show, he's discussing this survey, which also found that, Gen Z workers are more likely to do the right thing in using their sick days. Older counterparts less likely. And so that led to this bizarre rant.
You shouldn't be using sick days, okay? I've used sick days maybe twice in 7 years. And in both of those cases, because I lost my voice and I couldn't speak, you can't blame me for that. It's impossible to do a podcast when you can't speak. And even then and anyone who has been watching the show for a while, you know this, I still came into the office and recorded a video with subtitles when I lost my voice, if you recall. But generally speaking, again, I know this is unpopular, but sick days are for children, okay? They're for kids in school who are trying to stay home so they don't have to take a test that day. Like, with rare exception, taking a sick day as an adult should be pretty embarrassing for you. Calling your boss and saying, sorry, I can't come in today, my tummy hurts, is humiliating. You need to be at work, okay? Adults don't have time to be sick.
Hey, don't scroll away. Come back. Because before the video continues, we just want to urge you to lend your support to TYT. You power our honest reporting. You do it at tyt.com/team, and we love you for it.
I don't want my coworkers blowing up the bathroom. You have a tummy ache, you sit your ass at home and get better, okay? I'm sorry. I'm not looking to get sick either, so I don't want one of my colleagues, I don't want Cenk coming in, okay, and spreading his spittle on me when he's sick. I don't want to be sick. I want to be healthy and energetic and enthusiastic to come into work. This guy is insane. Like, I'm actually very judgmental toward people who like, oh, look at me, I'm such a good worker. I'm gonna be super inconsiderate of everyone else around me to like pander to my boss and come into the office when I should be at home and not spreading my illness to everyone else. Like, it's just, I love how he's turned this into like a child versus like manly masculine man thing. No, it's about being considerate and doing the right thing. Stay at home.
Yeah, again, look, there's obviously the point of there's the reason there will always be money for a person like a Matt Walsh is because he is selling to people who don't explicitly and like intentionally only want to do what corporate America wants. He's getting them to do what corporate America wants. But then also, these people are just so broken that they would say the things they say and not realize that that says so much more about them than it does about literally anyone else. The idea that kids in school never need to take the day off, they should just willingly get all the other kids sick so they can get their parents sick. Remember, we're coming out of a pandemic, and this is the message that he has for his audience. The idea that you would be humiliated? Why would you have your self-worth as a man wrapped up in, oh God, I can never miss a single day of work? What they think they're selling, or what their audience thinks they're selling, is strength, but it's fawning, cringing, constantly anxious weakness. That's all it is in all cases. The ultimate man, as sold by them, is constantly terrified about what everyone is thinking about them and the perceptions of everyone. And that to me does not read as alpha. It doesn't even read as adult, taking the masculinity out of it. Free your mind of the ridiculous traps that he would have you place yourself in.
If you are concerned about being embarrassing, I don't know. I just feel like having a tummy ache, deciding to come into work and dropping a nuclear bomb in the bathroom is probably going to be more embarrassing than just staying home and getting better. That's my take. I know it, you know it. The American people know it. Matt Walsh doesn't know it.
Thanks for watching the video, guys. We also love it if you hit the join button below, because that makes you a member, and members allow us to be independent, honest. We can be as progressive as we want, no corporate media influence, and that's all because of you guys. We love doing the show with our members. Hit the join button, become one of the Young Turks.